It's one of the most anticipated games in all of 8-player football, and it's right here in our own backyard. The entire state of Michigan has turned its attention to the defending 8-player state champions, hosting the offensive juggernaut of the Brown City Green Devils. Good evening, folks, from the Foxborough of 8-player football, Deckerville, Michigan. In the spread, 2 receivers to the left, and it's going to be handoff to Salowitz. Breaks out his first down, breaks out his second till he has the first down to the 30, down to the 25, and finally tracked down at the 25 is where they say his knee went down. K-Line Mulholland had to track him down from midfield all the way down to the 25 for a 25-yard gain for Brandon Salowitz, who already has 7 carries for 62 yards this night. They're already 1 for 1 on third down. Now back to the I formation. Salowitz on the carry, has the first down, lowers the shoulder, touchdown, Deckerville. From 16 yards out, Brandon Salowitz finds himself into the end zone for the first strike of the night. 5:12 remaining in the first quarter. It is Deckerville on top first. Deckerville 6, Brown City nothing, as Deckerville marches 82 yards down the field for the first score of the night on a Brandon Salowitz 16-yard run. Mark Donker out for the extra point for Deckerville. It is through the uprights, and he is now 11 for 12 on the season on the point after. It is 7-0. Deckerville leading Brown City. 5:12 remaining in the first quarter. 4th and 4. Going into the double wing offense. Cooper under center. Double wing backs on either side outside of the, well, that'd technically be the tight end. Typically a tackle. Man in motion to the near sideline. Lawson Cooper, the keeper, and Deckerville swarms, and he's not going to get there. He tried to cut to the near sideline. That was cut off, so he had to cut back inside. And there was number 21, Trenton Park, with yet a third tackle this tonight. Not nearly as many as plays, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Deckerville Eagles on defense. Gets the ball back, and Brown City's first offensive series comes up empty-handed. Back in the I formation from their own 45 for Deckerville. Handoff to Brandon Salowitz, and he streaks out his 2 tackles. He's in for the open running. Down to the 30, to the 20. It's a foot race to the 15, to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Brandon Salowitz. Second time tonight. Brandon Salowitz finds himself in the end zone, this time a 55-yard strike on the very first play on the series. Brandon Salowitz now 10 carries for 133 yards and 2 scores, and we still have over 3 quarters of football to go. It is suddenly 13-0 Deckerville over Brown City. Donker on for the extra point. Kick is up. It is no good. Wide left. So the score remains 13-0. Deckerville leading the Brown City Green Devils with 3:57 left in the first quarter.
Now 4th down is about 4 yards or so to go. Very manageable here. They'll stay with 2 receivers to the right and 1 running back keeping them company.
That's Mulholland on the right hip of Cooper. Cooper in the shotgun. Keeps it for himself. Looking to pass downfield. It is overthrown of the outreached hands of Cardin Hagee at the 18-yard line, and that will result in Brown City's second turnover on downs tonight. Their first drive stalled out at the 45 of Deckerville. This one stalls out at the 22-yard line and come up empty-handed. So Deckerville's offense retains their 13-point lead, 13-0. 11:04 left in the first half. Deckerville's offense trots back out onto the field.
That's helping them get the explosive plays, turning the 3- and 4-yard runs into 8-, 9-, and 10-yard runs.
It's another handoff to Salowitz. Breaks out his first tackle, breaks out his second tackle. He's across midfield into Brown City territory, the 40. And finally pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Cardin Hagee, the 5'10", 165-pound senior for Brown City. And another chunk play from the 33 of their own territory to the 37 of Brown City. Deckerville marching down the field for a 30-yard gain on Brandon Salowitz's resume. Now 175 yards on 13 carries. Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Deckerville facing a 4th down and 10. Ian Flanagan rolls out and looks downfield. Pass was intended for Brandon Salowitz in the end zone. Goes for the big shot and knocked down by Brown City's secondary. Cardin Hagee will be credited for that knockdown. Falls incomplete. Turnover on downs, the first for the Brown City defense tonight, and keeps Deckerville out of the end zone for the first time as well. 13-0 Deckerville, but Brown City back on offense at their own 26. In the shotgun is Cooper. Off his left hip would be K-Line Mulholland. Quarterback keep up the middle. Room to run across the 30, across the 40, and he's no one in front of him at the 40 of Deckerville. The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown Brown City. Lawson Cooper in the end zone for an 80-yard scamper. We knew he had the capability, and he proved it right there. Brown City in the end zone for the first time tonight, and we got ourselves a ball game with 5:05 left in the first half. Brown City strikes on their first play of the drive. A handoff fake to Mulholland, and Cooper keeps it right up the middle. Breaks out of a couple arm tackles, if that, into the end zone for 80 yards. So, going for two, quarterback keeper. Cooper gets down to the 1 yard line. It's going to be a tush push, and they say forward progress as he actually launched it over to Mulholland, but they say forward progress was stopped before the pass was made. Stop made by number 55, Caden Franzel for Deckerville, so it remains a 7-point lead for Deckerville. But Brown City's on the board, 13-6.
We're still in the second quarter. just in case you're listening still at home, we're still in the second quarter, and he has 17 of their 21 carries for over 200 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 from the 33. Left right across your radio on the right side, wind at their back. Into the dusk hours here in Deckerville, Michigan. I formation. Flanagan with another Salowitz handoff. He has room to run, bounces off a couple tacklers, and finally comes to rest at the 19 for a 14-yard gain. Brandon Salowitz makes it look easy. Carden Hagee chases him down. Move the chains again for Deckerville. 1st and 10 at the Brown City 19 in the red zone. In the I formation, Ian Flanagan under center. Working off the left hash, handoff to Salowitz, lowers the shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Deckerville. 22 seconds before the half is over. And Brandon Salowitz punches in for score number 3 for the Eagles and score number 3 for Brandon Salowitz. It is now 19-6 after a 2-yard dash into the end zone for Brandon Salowitz, who has now 228 yards and 22 carries. That's going to lower the average just a little bit, though, but he won't mind. Lines up the long snapper. The long holder is Jesse Kabaki. And through the uprights, and it is now 20-6. 22 seconds left in the half. 20-6, Deckerville by 14. Mark Donker ready to kick it off from his own 40-yard line, left to right across your radio on the LW Sports Network. Line drive kick, bounces to the 28, bounces to the 18, through the hands, brought in by Jace Halbert eventually. He reverses fields, going down the far sideline, has one man to beat, and he has no one in front of him. It's going to be a foot race into Deckerville territory, down to the 20, and he's going to bring this one back for a score. 77-yard run into the end zone on the kickoff return for Jace Halbert after he muffed the kick. Brought it in, scooped it up, broke a few tackles, runs down the far sideline, and into the end zone, into the barn for a 77-yard strike. And yet again, we have ourselves a ball game with 7.5 seconds left in the first half. Brown City showing why they are undefeated so far in this season so far. And it's now 20-12 with a 2-point conversion upcoming. Going for 2 in the double wing offense. Cooper flips it to Halbert, and he gets down to the 1 yard line, and he's going to be stopped short. So it's an 8-point differential. Number 9 on the stop, Ian Flanagan. Robert Neiman will kick this off again. And he goes right up the middle. Bounces to the 43 and rolls. Brought in at the 41.
That might be Brown City football.
And Brown City may have recovered that as they were trying to let it go. They were trying to pick it up. And then at the last second tried to pick it up. And Brown City has recovered. Kaline Mulholland scooped up. It wasn't even an onside kick. That was brought in the 41-yard line. They mark him at the 40. Cooper back in the shotgun, looking to pass downfield. Lets it fly. And this one is going to be overthrown and brought in by Ian Flanagan at the 10-yard line. He just slides down to end the first half. A wild first half has an 8-point ball game in favor of the home team, the Deckerville Eagles. Ian Flanagan brings an interception to end the first half, with Deckerville leading Brown City 20-12 after 24 minutes of play on the LW Sports Network. Lawson Cooper in the extended shotgun, 2 wide each way.
Could we see a pooch punt here, maybe, Clark?
We could. Man in motion. That's number 33, Carden Hagen, going for it. Throwing downfield, streaking. It is incomplete. At the 36-yard line, Garrett Simpson was open, but the pass was at his ankles. And in coverage, Jesse Kabaki for the Deckerville Eagles. And Brown City will come up with their 3rd turnover on downs. This one to start the 3rd quarter. Can't even get a first down on a 3rd down conversion. Can't convert on a 4th down. And now they give the ball to the Deckerville Eagles on the plus side of the field at the 43-yard line.
Curl route, deep one, and Flanagan hits it for a big gain.
Salowitz wide right, bad snap. He has to scoop it up, and Flanagan's going to run it. Now he throws downfield into the end zone for Salowitz, and he brings it in. Yes, he does! A huge catch for Salowitz! He Willie Mays hazed it in the end zone for the score. Ian Flanagan had one shot at that, and it was going to be a questionable pass. He flings it into the air, gets a little wind underneath it into the wind, and Salowitz had no clue where it was, turned to his left and dove to his right, brings it in, falling on his back into the end zone. Touchdown, Deckerville, on a 4th down conversion. Salowitz with yet another score tonight, this time through the air. And the extra point from Donker is up, and it is through the uprights. 27-12. Deckerville extends their lead to 15, their largest of the night, with 6:06 remaining in the third quarter.
But they get off those blocks quickly and stop the play to create a 4th down and very short here for Brown City.
Hagee wide left on a 4th and 1. His quarterback keeper Cooper gets the first down, maybe. Ball maybe popped loose. Deckerville says that it's short regardless at the 39-yard line. It's going to all depend on the stop. Looks like they're well short. Big man 21 Trenton Park in on the stop, his 10th tackle of the night, and they stop Brown City at their own 39-yard line and can turnover on downs. That is the 4th turnover on downs for Brown City tonight. 2nd and 6 from the 27 of Brown City, leading 27-12 by 15, 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in regulation. Salowitz with another carry, another broken tackle, one man to beat down at the 10, still on his feet at the 5, touchdown Deckerville! Brandon Salowitz punches in his 4th rushing touchdown of the night and his 5th overall, this time from 27 yards out. And Brandon Salowitz with now 299 yards for Brandon Salowitz. And we still have 8 minutes left in regulation. It's now 33-12. Good snap, and this is blocked as Brown City got into the backfield and bring that one down for a failed point after. 4th down, 11 from the Deckerville 30-yard line. Left side of a radio. 2 wide each way. Cooper in an empty set in the shotgun. He stands at his own 35. Now man in motion, Kaline Mulholland on the left hip and in the slot on the left side. Pump fakes once. He's going to have to break out a few tackles here. He's now going to be struggled. Throws it into the flats and dropped it. That was Jace Halbert at the 30-yard line. As he had a little bit of room to run, he would have had to make at least one broken tackle, though, to get to the first down marker. Instead, it hits the turf, and it's a incomplete pass. Turnover on downs yet again.
Kendall's getting a little upset. We haven't mentioned that Schoolcraft is leading 26-8.
He's not here. I don't care about Schoolcraft. 2nd down and 6 from the 34. It's a handoff right at the middle to Salowitz, and Sheds bounces off 3 white jerseys and still somehow comes to rest at the 37-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Kaline Mulholland, middle linebacker, will be credited for the tackle. And that is his 7th tackle of the now. And Brandon Salowitz is officially over the 300 mark with that 3-yard dive. He now has 302 yards on 33 carries for 4 scores, averaging 9.2 per carry. I formation for Ian Flanagan. Under center at the left hash of the 46 of Brown City, handoff to number 11. That's a new number. Matthew Bolin.
Ball's loose.
The fullback.
He got stripped.
And he got stripped to the very end at the 41-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 before the fumble, and they say turnover, fumble recovered by Brown City. So negate that 5-yard gain for Bolin. And with 2:25 left in regulation, Brown City's offense back on the field. There's the snap, and it's going to be a keeper looking down the field to Hagee. And this one is brought in, and it's going to be a touchdown for Brown City. Carden Hagee was wide open, beat his defender, Jesse Kabaki, and into the end zone for the score. A 59-yard reception for Carden Hagee, and Lawson Cooper connects on the pass. And now it's 33-18 as it stands right now with 2:17 left in regulation.
Perfect throw in stride and a touchdown for the Eagles.
Bad snap. Cooper has to throw it over to Mulholland. He's going to fight for the end zone. He gets in for the 2-point conversion. It's 33-20 now after a complete 2-point conversion on a broken play. Cooper to Mulholland one way or another.
You're at the wrong game, Clark.
Yeah.
Cass City kicked a field goal to win
the game. Man. Come on. As there's another kneel, and the Deckerville Eagles are victorious on homecoming. They take out the Brown City Green Devils. 33-20 is your final. Deckerville improves to 4-0 and hands Brown City their first loss and most likely their only loss of this entire season.